Kqueso. I don't know what you thought was gonna happen, Mr. Sir. What did you think was gonna happen, sir? You thought you was gonna get off? Crazy man. I seen the clip. He was looking surprised, like, oh my God, I can't believe I got found guilty. Okay.
It's over, people. The trial of Kqueso, the biggest trial in Jacksonville history, it's over with, okay? And unsurprisingly, he's been found guilty. He's been found guilty of the charges in the murder of Lil Buck. He's still yet to face the charges in the murder of Bibby. And look, the whole Jacksonville drill scene are reacting. Duval County subreddit is going absolutely wild. So let's just get into it, man. It's a crazy day. You know, I don't think anybody is surprised to see this result and see this verdict. I mean, maybe Young and Ace. He said that he thought Kqueso would be coming home, but I think the people that
you thought Kqueso was coming home. Why did you think that? Why did you think that?
Really knew about this story, knew how this was going to go down, especially after the last few days of testimony. You know, when his father took that stand and pointed out his own son, it was pretty much over with. That's what I said in my previous video. But that doesn't make it, you know, any easier to accept the reality that this is how things played out. And the footage from the court.
This is how things played out, bro? When he got in that car and went and caught them bodies, he knew you could go to jail for murder. He knew this was illegal. That's why he put the mask on. That's why he went in the stolen car. But then he was so caught up in wanting to be known as a rough, tough killer. He got on Instagram and admitted to it and then got surprised. He got surprised when he got locked up for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got
the room of Kqueso receiving the verdict has been circulating on Reddit. It's been on the news, and he is just looking defeated. This is the footage that's been circulating, and you know, for everybody that knew this story and that knew this scene and knew this situation, you know, it's definitely not surprising. But even Kqueso himself looked like he probably maybe had some hope that he was gonna beat this.
I'm not sure if it's up to date, but I hear he's talking.
So this is the footage in the courtroom of him receiving the verdict, and you'll see in a moment when that hits.
Look at him.
It's just heartbreaking for him.
Look at him.
Yeah, they might have heard.
And then
I gotta hit down.
Now, this is what I want y'all to understand. Okay? That's gonna be your face, shorty. That is gonna be your face. Is no human, most 99% of human beings is not gonna get no guilty verdict on no fucking murder charge and stand there like this. Yep, I'm a gangster. I know I was going to jail. And hell no, nigga, you gonna cry. You think he went in that cell and laugh? He went in that cell and cried. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. His ass know he ain't getting out. This shit don't be worth it, twin. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This all I'm trying to tell y'all, folks. It don't be worth it, gang. All that shit be funny, and you might think it's cool in high school, and some of the little ratchet hoes like you because you in the streets and all that. You might have a little tiny bit of money. Motherfucker might have you some clout, but you're going to die or you're going to go to jail. You're going to be just right there. You see what I'm saying? I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you will ever make in your life. Freecast.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did? There ain't no in between at all.
The look of defeat is real. You know, I mean, I really don't think there was any chance that he was ever going to beat this, but seeing it go down and seeing his reaction in court, you know, it just makes it all real. And
this is what gonna happen. Look, somebody in the
last
chat
chapter.
said, somebody in the chat said, Key 2 page said, first the people that he killed half of his whole family. So it wasn't for no reason, but still dumb. Okay, I get it was for a reason, but my whole thing is, see, niggas be so locked in on being cool. If you was defending yourself and these people was trying to unalive you every day and you had to go take care of your business, cool. I understand that some circumstances get a little thirsty. But what make it over stupid is when you get on the gram and you rap about it and you dish your, you know what I'm saying? If it was really a life or death situation, you would have handled your business and you would have sat your ass down. You wanted to be known to be a killer. You see what I'm saying? And then niggas call me lame for calling the police. You think I'm not calling the police on your motherfucking ass, man? I'm not gonna go to jail. Crazy dude. Pastor Macko in the chats.
We're in a very sad story when it comes to the kind of hip hop scene and the drill scene. You know, Jacksonville. This has been a story that's been going on years. You know, I wouldn't say I'm the first person that touched on this, but you know, I was one of the first people to really dig deep into this scene and really find out what was really going on over in those Jacksonville streets. And sadly, you know, this is the unfortunate consequence of you know, of living that lifestyle, man, of really living your raps and rapping about murder and really committing them, you know, really doing the things that you rap about. And I think Kqueso, unfortunately, is, you know, going down as a cautionary tale. You know, this is an extended clip of him just getting that news. You know, his lawyer just looking defeated, him just looking absolutely devastated. And really the writing was on the wall when we saw his father testifying against him. You know, it's just a crazy...
The lawyer is active, man. The lawyer is acting so he can get that next check. Yeah, he finna get the final check and take his ass home to his wife and kids. He don't give no fuck about this man getting caught no murder. He got paid either way. Only reason he mad because if he would have beat this case, that nigga would have been $1 billion lawyer by the end of the week. Nigga, if you would let him get out, I would have hired you, nigga.
Situation all around. You know, I think anybody that's been following this case, anybody that really kind of knew the ins and outs of this scene and of this story, knew how this thing was going to go down. You know, when you're a friend of somebody that's facing charges like this, you know, it's understandable why Young and Ace wanted to kind of, you know, take up for his homie. You know, apparently he had paid a whole lot of money. He said that he went broke in lawyer fees trying to put up a defense for Kqueso, and this.
You went broke on lawyer fees for a motherfucker who you know killed a nigga and rapped about it? Bruh. I would have told his ass, no. Bruh. I'm not about to go broke paying for your lawyers when I know you did this murder. You know you did this murder. And then you got on Instagram and admitted to doing the murder 3, 4, 11 times. You crazy as hell.
This really was a case that was going to be impossible to beat, if you ask me. The evidence was just overwhelming. You know, even without his father's testimony, you know, you had the dash cam recording of the murder going down. You had all of the songs that he had recorded. You had all of the social media postings that he had put up. You know, that infamous post, killer N-word and get my toes done, was just one of the wildest pieces of self-snitching that we had ever seen in the community, honestly. I mean, it was absolutely wild. And it's sad, really. You know, it's really sad to see how this story ended. This was a guy that clearly was a talented rapper, you know. All those songs that he made.
He can't rap either, man. He was putting two brain cells in a rap song. All it was, I caught him slipping, he was clipping, and I about to get the popping, and I'm finna get the dropping, then I kept shooting. Then I told his ass, come back, and I dissed him on the Instagram. I don't give a damn. That's all. That nigga ass can't take. Listen, man.
If you could set aside the disrespect
and
all of the just horrible things that he was putting out there, he was someone that could rap. He was somebody that had a flow, had some charisma. I mean, again, like, I'm going to get into it in a minute and show you some of the social media posts that have been circulating from the very last stages of the trial. This was a guy with a sense of humor and some swagger and some talent. And unfortunately, you know, it really is a waste. You know, it's a real tragic waste. And this ultimately is how that goes down. You know, it's a lesson. You really can't jump on songs talking about these people that you've actually murdered. It's just not something that's going to fly long run. Whether it's
no, you. No, sir. The lesson you learn is don't kill people. What the fuck? Stay your ass out the streets. Don't do murder at all. Don't put yourself in a dumbass situation to where you gotta commit murder. That's just dumb.
You know, whether it's your King Vons or your Fulios on the other side of this war, or Kqueso, that all of that stuff, unfortunately, you know, all of that nonsense, this is where it gets you. And it's a cautionary tale for anybody else that's kind of, you know, coming up in the drill music scene. You know, it's you might have a bright future as a musician, but, you know, as a gangster and as a killer, this is really, you know, the only one of two ways that this thing can go. And there was another clip
so
going
stupid.
down that was going around the Duval County subreddit here. And it said, just look at his body language. You know that he's sick to his stomach, man. Free Kqueso. I don't know about free Kqueso, but definitely just mourning this situation and just how sad it is for everybody all around. So this is when it was just made official that he was being remanded into custody.
And he still got a whole nother murder case, gang. That's and I heard it. And wasn't it capital murder? So can they get him the death penalty for this shit? Man,
sure, this guy will be seeing the outside of a prison cell for the rest of his life, and he's got a whole other murder case to answer for after this, which is just crazy in itself.
For Robinson, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of the offense charged in the indictment in case number 2020 CF 3601, the court does hereby remand you to the custody of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and your bond in this matter shall be revoked. Now, he is entitled to a pre-sentence investigation report. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I will be sure to order one. Again, that takes approximately 30 days to complete, so we'll need to come back for sentencing no earlier than 30 days. When would the parties wish to return? I have the week of August 25 or September 2 for sentencing to be set.
He's finished, man. He's looking tired.
The same week as Mr. Whitaker? Okay.
It's
Are y'all
dumb,
available to
man.
return?
I can't even imagine sitting in the motherfucking courtroom knowing that, man, hell
Week
no,
of September 8th. Keep in mind, Monday would be a to-be-set date, and we would set the sentencing on a convenient day that week for all parties involved.
So now we're waiting for the sentencing. You know, nobody is surprised at this news. But let's just take a little look at the reaction on one of the top posts on the Duval County subreddit, because this is humongous news for the Jacksonville scene. You know, this is a scene really that unfortunately it blew up off the back of these unfortunate stories of these murders. You know, Who I Smoke, Bibby.
Right.
And, you know,
come on, bro.
This isn't the Bibby murder. That's coming next. That's going to be his next trial. You know, unfortunately, he's already been convicted of one murder. You know, really, what is another one to him at this point?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know, this was the post.
The crazy part about it, gang, I think the police on some bigger type shit. I think they gonna go get Young and Ace. They gonna get all these little ATK niggas and everybody. Even from all them niggas from Fulio's side too. And it's gonna be a big old Rico going on. You see what I'm saying? I feel like it's gonna be a big old fat ass Rico going on. Especially you got Young and Ace openly saying that he paid for he went broke for the lawyer. You know what I'm saying? You got songs that they use in a murder conviction. They use these songs in a murder conviction that said, where Kqueso is saying if Young and Ace say get him, we gonna get him. You know Young and Ace got all the money now. You know he done probably gave money to this dude and that dude. You know he made this song when Fulio died, right? I won't be surprised, and I've been saying that shit for a long time. I've been saying it since Fulio died. I heard they got cash apps or somebody from Ace side. They got cash apps to the killers after they unalived Fulio right after. You know what I'm saying? They got cash app records to this shit. I think it's gonna get bad, and I've been saying it since Fulio died, so it's been like a year or something like that. But man,
bruh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We'll see y'all last about 2049. 2072, we gonna be living on Mars. Y'all motherfucking ass still gonna be out here locked up. Y'all gonna have robots for CEOs. It's gonna get bad quick.